Hi, how are ya? My name is Dorothy, and today I'm going to do a video on the YouTubes on how to look younger, because everyone wants to know how to do that. And the reason why I'm doing it today is because my friends Verna and Myrtle want to go out and party tonight, like we did in the old days when we saw the burlesque shows at the gay 90s. Make sure to have your nifty little mirror. Isn't it just cute? Got to have it up close so we can see all the prettiness of ourselves. All right, let's begin. Got to take off our pinchers. Whoa! Got to put on the good old cold cream just to make it nice even layer. I can just feel that I'm just getting younger and younger. I don't know what it is. Something. Oh, God. All right, my favorite part about this is all the hydration that it gives you. Because, sometimes when you get a little bit more mature, you just get a little dried up, if you know what I mean. Now let this just soak in for about 10 minutes while you go check on your cookies and you'll be ready to go. Now that your cookies are all golden brown, you can start wiping them off. Oh, for neat, I feel younger already. Now the next step is to pull your hair back to just get it all out of the way. All right, today we're gonna start with my eyes. I always start with my eyes first. And we're gonna do a natural smoky eye. I don't wanna look like I have too much makeup on, but just trying to keep up with those girls now today. So what I always start off is with my eyeshadow primer with a synthetic brush kind of like this. Just kind of place it on your eye. Make sure to have your mirror so you can see where you're going. All right, and then just put it on there and blend it in with your finger. Now once you have that all set, I always like to set it with powder, with a kind of matching powder and a big fluffy brush like this. Just kind of get it all up in there so you don't see any creases at all. Makes you look pretty. All right, now I'm just going to pick a nice shimmery color from this NYX Dreamcatcher palette. Yeah, I like this one. It's fun. And just start putting it on all over your lid. And a little bit more. Not too much. You want to look like a dirty slut. All right, then I use the same brush and I just get a little bit lighter one. It's in the same palette. Just put it on the inside. It makes you look super young and pretty. Just add a little bit more just for fun. And then using that same little palette, just use this guy right here. Just for your crease, give you a little bit extra color. What I always do is kind of hold the mirror down here so I can see right where it is on my brow bone. Just kind of bring it all in there. I always like to have the darkest color on the outside corner over here. I'm just using this little dark one, and I'm going to kind of wing it out, pretty like. Follow that, your water line all the way up there. And I always kind of bring it all up in here. Bring it in over. Kind of bring it under your eye too. And don't worry about a little fallout. We can get rid of that later. And then get your little fluffy brush again. Bring it all, blend it all up in there. If you want to add a little bit more, you can still add. And then you're going to highlight your brow bone. I always use the same one as the inner corner of your eye, which is this one. And bring it up in there. So then it kind of blends it so it doesn't look as trashy. Now you just want to clean it up a little bit so it's not as crazy looking. And what I always do, I just get my favorite foundation brush, and just kind of brush it all on there. And you just kind of pick it up and start swooping it up and out to make you look extra pretty. That's cute. Just do a little touch up with the same brush with no extra product on it. And then get your little fluffy brush you were using earlier on your lid. And I like to add just a little bit of fun on the bottom. Now that you're all done with the shadow, next step is eyeliner. Make sure to get your waterline to look extra good. Now the top one, kind of just hold this to the side and pull it on over. Now it just looks like your lashes go all the way in and you just look extra pretty. And I always like to do the upper part of my waterline. I do that by just looking down in the mirror and working it all up in there. Next step is mascara. Can never have too much of that. I always just put it on everywhere. I use one of these stippling brushes and I just blend it all in. And I always bring it down on my neck to cover up the wrinkles. Nobody wants to see that. Next step is I'm going to highlight. You got to highlight all the good parts of your face. Just do right down the middle of your nose. Up kind of like a, I don't know, a flower, would you say? Something like that, whatever that is. I always do under my eyes to make me look bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. And right on the top of your lip and your chin just a little bit. All right, just very simple, not too much. Don't worry about making it perfect. We're gonna make it perfect with the powders. You just get a darker foundation for your contouring to give you shape back in your face. And I always just use one of these guys. Just a little kind of foundation brush like that. Make it kind of dark, just because it'll even out. I always make like that face like this. And just blend that in with that same magic little brush. Time to powder. Just put it on one of these little pads here, and I always kind of put it on half and go like that, make it a little taco, and you kind of just pounce it on your face. Doesn't have to be perfect right away. It will be. Now you just got to get your highlighting and contouring powder palette. Wrong one. I already had it up here. And then what I always do is I use these little fancy fan brushes. It's like, just fan yourself. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just playing around. I like to use a little mixture of 3 of them. I use these 3 for kind of contouring. And I always use this little light one just to put under my eyes and all the highlights. You know how it goes. Let's start. Make that funny face again. Sometimes right at the bottom of it, I use this really dark one right over here, just to make it even more deep. Now do the same thing on the other side. Oh, that one got a little too crazy, so I'm just going to use my little foundation brush and just do a little topple over it. And now it doesn't look as scary. Perfect. Gotta look in the mirror and, ooh, God, it looks like I got cheek implants. Now I'm gonna go in and do the highlight little part under here. Do my little nosy-wosy contour. My favorite little trick, I have 2 favorite tricks. I always get that really highlight powder and bring it right under where you put the really dark, because then it makes it extra fun. Doesn't it? Doesn't it just look extra more, has more oomph, more pizzazz? Oh, crepes! That's pretty! My second favorite to get rid of all those wrinkles is just do some darker around your chin line. Now you look all skinty. Oh, make sure you need to have the blush. A lady can't leave without her blush on. I'm gonna use, right here. I picked it without looking. You just kind of put it on there. I put on a big fluffy angled brush like that. Now I gotta find my mirror again. I keep losing everything. Kind of put it all on there. I always like to think it goes the highlight and then the contour, and then I just put it right in the middle of those two. And sometimes I like to smile and just a little bit on my nose too. We can work on our eyebrows. Got to make sure to cover it. I like to use pomades like this because it really just covers up all the grays. You don't want those popping out and making people think that you're old. You're not. Not anymore. I just like to do a little dab, dab, dab. I use a little angled brush kind of like that. And what I do is I follow what I have and just do little bits at a time. And if some people, like friends of mine, some of them don't really have eyebrows like I do. But if you need to draw them on, I always just use a little brush and kind of line it up with the bottom of your nose and bring it all right there. That's where your beginning of your brow is supposed to be. And then looking straight in the mirror, put it right on the bottom of your nose again. Put it right in front of your iris, and that's where your arch should be. And then just bring it right on over to the end and line it up with the bottom of your eye, and that's where the end of your brow should be. Just in case you don't have nice eyebrows like me. Just kind of blend it all up in there. Don't want to make the inside too square. Let's just work on the other side, and then we can touch up on the first side we started on. Sometimes they're sisters and not twins, but my goal is to have twin eyebrows. There we go. Now you just have to pick your favorite lip liner. And you kind of want to like smile while you're doing it, just because you know that you're going to end up being real pretty. And so just so you can get in all those fine lines. And then I kind of sometimes use the lip liner as lipstick and then put some gloss over it. It stays way longer. Then you don't have to worry about it too much when you're out playing bingo. And the upper lip, I always like to overdraw it just a hint, just a smidgen, just to make it extra fun. And don't worry about making it perfect because the old men can't see it anyways. Now I'm just going to take that little foundation brush we used earlier and just kind of make it all better. Now it's time for lip gloss. And I always just like to use my favorite little one like this. Just kind of find a little lip brush like this and paint it on and make it all extra pretty. Oh, would you look at the time? It's about 3:30. I need to go get dressed and do my hair because Myrtle and Verna are on their way and we're going to go get dinner at Perkins. And then we're going to head out to the club. Oh, now don't I just look so much younger? Using my tricks, you can look this good too. Thank you for watching my audition for the NYX Face Awards. If you like my video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to MUA Tanner J for more videos to come.